These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello on this Thursday. I'm Megan Thompson, tracking those top stories for you from ABC15 Arizona. It is another day of extreme heat and potential record temperatures. With dangerous heat still in the forecast, air conditioning is essential, but hundreds of homes in the valley lost power on Wednesday. Phoenix police tell us just before 5 in the evening, a vehicle knocked down power lines in the Sunny Slope area in North Phoenix. That crash shutting off power for 140 people for hours. And then a blown fuse took out another 200 customers in Scottsdale. About an hour later, the power company worked to restore power into the night as the valley hit another extreme heat record.
There are people who live in Arizona unhoused 24/7, so they don't get any release, and this is, on the grand scheme of things, just like a teeny, itsy-bitsy little blip for us.
Well, APS recommends people have a plan on how they will stay safe and cool in the case of a power outage. And staying hydrated in this extreme heat is very important. The city of Phoenix taking action to install chilled water fountains all around the city. The fountains were especially designed to operate in the triple-digit heat with intercoolers and heat-resistant paint. Still, the program relies on people power to run, with volunteers like Gabrielle Vasquez visiting the locations once a week to clean and make sure the water is cold.
It's pretty minimal effort. It doesn't take much of your day, but it's definitely a pretty big impact to the community.
Since the program began, the fountains have dispensed enough water to fill up over 150,000 single-use bottles.
Thursday is another consequential day for President Trump's transformational trade policies, with new so-called reciprocal tariffs taking effect after months of delays. The president is additionally promising even more tariffs in the future. Months after President Trump's initial tariff announcement and after multiple delays, the president's new tariff rates are taking effect Thursday. As outlined in this executive order from last week, the new tariff rate ranges from 10% on a country like the United Kingdom to 41% for Syria. One country to watch, and a possible impact on you, Switzerland, where the new tariff rate is 39%, nearly 4 times higher than Great Britain's. Luxury watches and Swiss wine, cheese, and chocolate, as well as precision instruments, are now all likely to see price changes. Switzerland's president was in Washington all week for meetings to try and negotiate a better rate, but has apparently left without a better deal and one of the steepest Trump tariffs on the planet. President Trump's tariff frenzy does not appear to be ending soon.
We'll be putting a tariff on of approximately 100% on chips and semiconductors.
The president announced a plan for new tariffs on computer chips Wednesday and has previously talked about tariffs on pharmaceuticals made outside the U.S. The president also hit India with a new tariff hike of now 50%, effective in 3 weeks. That's in response to India's frequent buying of Russian energy. Peter Navarro advises the president on trade.
American dollars buy Indian products, and that sets in motion where those dollars finance a war.
When you add up all of the tariffs that are now in effect, we're now at the highest rate on average for the U.S. since the 1930s. And while economists earlier this year warned of a major economic impact, that has yet to manifest in the form of significantly higher inflation. Time will only tell, though. Meanwhile, the Treasury Department is bringing in billions of new dollars in revenue from these tariffs that they weren't receiving before. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Today marks the peak of our extreme heat wave here in the valley and across Arizona. Meteorologist Jorge Torres, and on this Weather Action Day Thursday, temperatures starting off in the mid-90s with some clouds in the valley this morning. 112 sizzling at noon. That would already tie the record high for the date. And for this afternoon, a shattering 118 would mark also the hottest all-time temperature in Phoenix's recorded history in the month of August. That's if we do hit 118 today. That's our forecast. We'll see similar temperatures in Mojave County, 118 in Lake Havasu City, 90 up in Flagstaff, 93 in Heber and Show Low too, 95 in Window Rock, and even 100 degrees there along the Grand Circle. Numerous extreme heat warnings in effect through at least tomorrow evening for central and southern parts of the state. Then we start to drop those temperatures slowly beginning tomorrow and this weekend. But we do have some slight monsoon storm chances here in the valley Saturday and Sunday. Better chance for storms up in the high country this weekend too, at 30 to 40% in Flagstaff, with highs staying in the mid to upper 80s.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head on over to ABC15.com or go ahead and download that free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC 15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.